people that say they saw the tension between you and Max developing on air before his departure from the show. Did you hear any of that?
I heard some of it. I would take full responsibility for that. That's totally my fault.
Okay.
And the reason why it was my fault, because I didn't like working with him, man. It's just that damn simple. I didn't like it. I thought the show was stale. I thought that we had flatlined when it came to the public at large. And I'm trying to win. I mean, I didn't want to go from number 1 to number 2 when Skip left. That's not what I wasn't having that. That shit was not going to happen.
Did anything in the numbers say that you might have been headed that way?
No, but to me it did.
Creatively?
To me it did, not just creatively, but the consistency of the number.
Got it.
In other words, it wasn't going this way.
Yeah.
It was just there.
It was there.
And not only that, it's like us being in this room right now. Come on, y'all. Y'all know the difference between something that's stale and something you pumped up for. You just know.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I was feeling. And it was like, listen, I had mad respect from him from the standpoint that white dude, highly intelligent, Ivy League educated from Columbia, smart as a whip, can talk his ass off, can talk about anything. And I get all of that. But you weren't an athlete. And you weren't a journalist. And the absence of the two components left people wondering, why should we listen to you? Okay, well, you might have had that figured out on Sports Nation, or you might have had that figured out on another show. But on this show, if you looked at the content emanating in the social stratosphere, meaning YouTube and other components that you use to measure one's cachet, Q ratings, focus groups, all of these different things, it was like I was damn near doing the show by myself because we were oceans apart in terms of cachet. Well, how are you oceans apart from me if you sitting right across from me 5 days a week for the whole 2 hours? Because one of us is resonating and one of us is not in that platform. And so for me, I was like, look, this is what it is. And we had a number of conversations, one-on-one, many, many times. I know this audience. I know what they're looking for. I know what they need, et cetera, et cetera. At some point, you're going to do what you need to do or you don't. And if you don't do what you need to do, I'm going to get somebody who will. That's me, and I made no qualms about it. Now, I didn't have the authority to let him go.
But you have coffee with the person that.
How about that? I mean? How about that? And so what I did was, I've been very honest and very consistent about it. There's nothing personal. We weren't enemies or anything. To be real, we ain't spoke since, other than hi and bye. Or if I had to go on the show when they were doing the morning show, I would get interviewed. But there's been no conversations since, and that's fine with me. That's no problem, because it wasn't like we were boys or anything like that. But at the end of the day, it was all business to me. And it was about, look, man, I'm trying to win. And I don't believe I can win with you. That doesn't mean it's your fault. It means we don't work. So when I went upstairs to management, my exact words were, look, if he's that important to you, give him first take. I'll leave.
Stephen A.
Stephen A.
I'm telling you what I said. I'm only giving you what I said.
Old school trick.
I'm only giving you what I said.
God,
2 hours,
he went in that office hot.
2 hours later, I got the call. We're making a change.
Yeah, you just said fire him.
Huh?
No, he said
He didn't say fire
He
him.
said redistribute.
See, we got to learn the corporate way to say some of that shit.
No. But it wasn't a
It's
firing,
called
because remember,
redistributing.
well, what happened was
He got his own show.
ultimately you had the radio show and you had your own afternoon show. See, where I'll push back on anybody who talked about the career or the firing, I'll go back to me in 2009. Stephen A., your services were no longer. We're not renewing your deal. You're not renewing your deal. It is not a unilateral decision. And just like that, the next month when my contract expired, first of all, they let me know in April. My last day was May 9th of 2009. My contract was up June 30th. They didn't even let me work through the finals.
Yeah.
We will not be needing your services any longer. And I was unemployed. So you got to understand that I'm not going to embrace it the way y'all might or other people might from the standpoint of losing your job. Oh, I'm getting reassigned and I got not only I'm going from First Take to getting my own show in the afternoon and a morning show and my money's not compromised.
Right.
I lost my job.
He didn't get fired.
Yeah, he didn't get fired.
I could have easily
different.
listen,
Totally different.
if I didn't have any money saved, I would have literally been on the unemployment line. Do you understand that? I would have been on the unemployment line.
And that was before this era of podcasts and independent journalism where you can kind of
there you go.
flip shit.
There you go. So that's what happened.
Yeah.
And so when people talk about, well, damn, this is what happened, I'm like, y'all don't know shit. Let me show you what fired is. Let me show you what that's like.
That's true.
You understand? You ain't put me in another position where I didn't lose. And by the way, I knew and I was assured that exactly what happened for him was going to happen when the move was made. Because I'm here to tell you, despite the way I felt we were struggling in terms of sizzle, pizzazz, etc., I would not have insisted on that if I knew it would have left him unemployed. I would not have done that.